Happy October, everyone. Can you believe it? It's only the third of the month, and your friends here at the Prime Real Estate Team, myself, and Daniel Ross is with us today. Okay, a couple of things. Number one, we missed last month. It was a busy, busy month. It has been hard to get our team together all together. Even tried today to get all four of us online, but always something going on. So instead, we decided let's do it now because I've been promising you to get this out sooner in the month instead of on the 8th or the 15th, which, is really kind of late. So here we are, Daniel, you and I today.
Again.
Yes, again. Let's talk about what's going on out there, folks, in the real estate market here in Greater Victoria. I'm going to pull up some stats, and as always, going to put it in the information link down below here. We ended up with about 3% less sales than last year, September the 4th. So 554 properties sold in Greater Victoria. Again, we're down 3%. Inventory level, active listings at 3694 were up 10%. Now, one of the pieces of news that some of you would have noticed, I think it was September the 19th, was that the Bank of Canada announced a rate increase of a quarter percentage point. This is the first one since March. This is,
Decrease.
oh, did I say increase?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's a good thing you're here. It's a good thing you're
Yeah.
here. Decrease, down,
Right.
down, down. So it went down quarter point.
Quarter point.
It's the first one since March. We were expecting it. You know, what this typically brings, as it has now, is a whole bunch more excitement, people thinking about what's going on out there in the real estate market. When you look at things like the increased inventory, it has truly given people more options. We have people out there right now that have been looking around for a little bit, kind of taking their time because there's things to have a look at. There is a little more competition out there for sellers. That is a fact. That's not to say things aren't selling. Obviously, they are because we had 554 sales in Greater Victoria last month. The Prime Real Estate Team had a whole bunch of sales last month. So things are happening, but it's just a kind of interesting time with, the rates not going up, inventory with good selection, sales activity. It's interesting, right, Daniel?
Well, the interest rate decrease has like a psychological effect, right? Like the savings in your pocket from a quarter% drop might not be huge, but the day after that announcement, I had a couple phone calls right away because there immediately is a bit of a psychological effect of, oh my gosh, are they dropping? Are people going to buy? And so it's a psychological effect to that too, and it definitely gives a little kick to the market.
Obviously, because we're in the business, it's interesting because this is all top of mind awareness. I mean, obviously, the Bank of Canada increases or decreases, they're not just real estate. It has to do with the economy. But the real estate realm, it really is affected.
Yeah.
So again, we talked about sales levels. Again, talking about sales numbers. Again, if you look 554 sales, I always like showing you guys here on this column. So last year, 571. The years before that, 493, 410. So if you compare it to 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, we're looking really good. Now, there were some crazy months, like during COVID, that whole when the market went nuts. Yeah, it was almost double, sure. But in the grand scheme of things, we're doing okay when you look at 30 years worth of history, right? Average prices. So for a single family detached home, we ended up at 1,297,000 for average house price. That, by the way, shows as being, oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at a different list here because this is Greater Victoria, right? Single family. Average 1,307,000. That is up 6.1%. I want to remind you guys though, we look at averages, kind of depends on if there's a lot more lower price houses that's selling or higher price ones. Something that I did notice though when I looked at the average list earlier, the condos, which we break down as well. So the condos are softer, 562 on average versus 596. Yet the townhouses are up a little bit. The townhouses went from 828 to 859. Now, This is an interesting thing. Condos and townhouses, it kind of depends on how much new inventory comes in. The new townhouses, new condos obviously are more expensive. Sometimes there's a release of new inventory, like a new condo building gets released. And of course, it's going to affect the averages. But I guess the overall message here is that things are not, they're not trending downwards here, folks, in the grand scheme of things. It still seems to be a very attractive time for people to be considering making a move. Plus, something that I want to bring up with you, Daniel, is we are getting a lot more conversations about development, specifically with Bill 44 and the province having extra density. You have been involved in a few things. Interesting time, isn't it?
Interesting time, yeah. And then on top of that, provincial announcement. I mean, yesterday hit the news that Victoria adopted their new OCP, which kind of immediately said 4 to 6 stories in most of Victoria. So,
Hmm.
that is also another big change. Whether developers jump on that right away is to be seen, but yeah, lots of big changes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had this conversation with somebody else about scale and about height. And, when you think about it, in the mid 90s, you look at all these buildings around Greater Victoria, these wood frame buildings that were built in the 1990s, a couple of prominent developers, one which I worked for, in fact. There's a lot of four-story apartment blocks that were built on, either double lots or two or four lots. It's not unusual. Six is a little bit different. People are telling stories that's in the news or on social media feeds a lot about the scale of some of these townhouse buildings that are being built beside single-family detached homes. We are definitely in a different time right now, right?
Totally. Cook Street Village, right? Big boom of 4 story buildings all over the place. And then it went quiet for years.
Exactly, right?
Mhm.
Something else that came up, don't want to get too deep into this one, but folks, you may have seen this in the news. There was a Uplands application, 2 lots, and the application was to create six homes on 2 lots. It was turned down in September, in the month. Um, Sent, not completely turned down, but I mean sent back they talk here about tree issues and things like this. See, we're seeing a lot more of this in areas that didn't have a lot of development. Uplands is not distinct. There's other ones as well too. But it's definitely something that's, we're seeing a lot of nowadays.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I know that one intimately.
Yeah, you do. You do. So anyways, folks, what are we saying here? CREA, the Canadian Real Estate Association, releases economic reports as well too. It is seeming that there is a feeling of optimism in the real estate realm, not just here in Greater Victoria, across the country as well. I know my friends in Toronto are a lot happier now because it's been pretty painful this year so far, but there seems to be optimism about the fall and moving into 2026. So, as always, you want to talk about real estate. If there's a move in your future, somebody who wants to buy or sell and would like to discuss it and chat with it, we're always here for you. Even the ones who aren't on our video right now, Megan and Afras, and of course, Daniel. Anything else to to chime in on here, Daniel?
Nope, just a little pat on our backs and mostly yours for getting this out so early this month.
Thank you. Oh, one last thing. I almost forgot. Folks, I want to invite you all. I'm part of a group, the Victoria Seniors Business Network, VSBN. I'm one of the founding members, been around for over 10 years now. We specialize in helping the needs of seniors and their families. I do a lot of seniors and trust and estate work, as many of you guys know. We hold events in October and in April. We have one coming up, and I want to invite you or anyone you know to attend. It's on October 22nd, Wednesday, October 22nd, at St. Patrick's Church in Oak Bay. We have great topics. This one here is close to my heart, though, because it is navigating the real estate landscape for seniors. For those who are thinking about moving into a retirement community or downsizing or moving in with their kids, either here or in different town. Lots of great things to talk about. I will be the keynote speaker. We are also going to have a panel with Jill Phipps, who is with Home Again Transition Services. She's the downsizer. And also, we're going to have a speaker from the Home Equity Bank. Laura Gillette. She will be talking about reverse mortgages. If you're curious or interested about that, you'll also have a chance to meet the members of the VSBN. There's 9 of us from different businesses here in Greater Victoria. Would love to have you there. It's free, by the way. There's refreshments. There's lots of parking because it's at St. Patrick's Church. I will put the information in the down here. If you know someone, just forward this email or forward them the information. Would love to see them there. Almost forgot about that, Daniel.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Anyways, here we are, October the 3rd. We will see you guys hopefully this time next month. See you later.
Bye bye.